Hey y'all, what's up? I hope everyone's having a great day. I actually got on sorry. I actually got learned what was I saying? Turned on the TV right on time. Like they would start showing the Starstruck thingy, and I gotta redo this braid already because I ain't been wrapping my hair. Um and I was like, oh, caught it, because normally I catch it right at like 8:04 after they do the thing. So when I get on there, I'm looking. They're introducing. No, Cody Rhodes comes out, and they're introducing Cody. Okay, a few things. As soon as when I logged in, I heard Lillian's name. Lillian. I was like, what is she doing on here? I was confused because I thought Alicia was on vacation, or maybe she was just getting ready for New Year's Evil, because you know she still headlines the PLEs for NXT. And when she can't, they even have Mike do it. So I was like, what's happening? Someone told me, was like, she moved to Mondays. And I was like, okay. They, no. I got a few. Not even gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say that later on down the line. So, then it was like, today we're switching from 2 hours to 3 hours. And I was like, oh, okay. But I was kind of upset because I was like, I did not take a nap. And I wanted to take a nap. Real bad. And my shirt looks crazy because this is hair color. So I colored my hair last year and didn't put this one in. Because I do hair in the house. I have all the things. I have the smocks. I have the hooded dryer with the that you roll under. Like I have clippers. I do my son's hair. I do my hair. Anyone here, I do blowouts, all that. So I was just going through doing it. Forgot. I was like, it's gonna wash out. Didn't wash it immediately. Then when I washed it, it just stayed. So it's clean. It just looks weird. Yeah, I wore it to the store. I just put a jean jacket on it the other day. Because I didn't feel like changing my shirt when I wore it before I washed clothes. And I just put it back on today. And I was like, I'm not going to wear it today. So, yeah, so the 2 to 3 hour thing was a surprise. I've been mentioning like it should have been 3 hours regardless, because I'm like, the people that's going to watch Smackdown, not unless they like, oh, after Smackdown we're gonna go out. I was like, the people that's watching Smackdown on a Friday night, we're not going nowhere 9 times out of 10. So it could have been 3 hours. Monday is different because if you think about traditional, what they call traditional jobs, most people work Monday through Friday. You were being on TV for 3 hours is crazy. Now I understand why Rampage was canceled. And I might have said this before for AEW. Because I was like, Rampage is canceled because of the ratings, which does not surprise me. When I got word of who Jade Cargill was, and she was like 48-0. And I wanted to see like who she was, and then I saw some more people from, they used to be on this brand over there. I tuned in for a couple weeks. And I was like, Rampage is it? And then when people that were in the company was like, they only have to go out once a week. That's why I was like, oh, it's good to work there if you got kids because you only need to go out once a week. But I was like, not unless you're study practicing. I was like, or you're already skilled in wrestling. I was like, that's going to be disastrous for new wrestlers because their wrestling is not going to be up to par. Hence, when someone came to WWE. But when I found out they shot Rampage and Dynamite the same night, and it was a 4-hour show, I was like, who is sitting through that? Who is sitting through that? Because when Raw is 3 hours, no shade, when it was 3 hours, before it went to 2 hours, now it's about to be back 3 hours, even with the one dark match, like before we even got to the last segment with like Rhea and them saying, telling everybody goodbye, my son and I was ready to go. Like, he was real ready to go. He was tired. But I'm like, who's sitting through 4 hours? Not unless it's like a PLE. And now PLEs, good ones, um, don't need to be that long because with WWE being as popular as it is now, I'm like, they basically have a PLE every 3 weeks a month. That's what keeps the spice going. So you don't need to have no drawn out PLEs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it needed to be gone. And then on top of that, this is no shade. I'm just saying what I think. I haven't watched it since then. But I've watched. No, I tried to watch it a couple times when Edge went over there because he's one of my favorites. So like, and I was watching it a while when Billy was over there and his sons. He was paired with his sons before he switched over and paired with other guys. But then I stopped. But like, I was like, who? Yeah, and I was like, between the Rampage ratings going down, SmackDown now being 3 hours, then if you have a TNA PLE, and that's normally on a Friday, you not getting no ratings like that. People will watch like a Ring of Honor one, because Ring of Honor is good if you don't tamper with what it was before he bought it. But like for me, if I'm gonna be watching, if I had to pick two to watch, it's WWE and it's TNA, and not because they join and they're like they partner up with some stuff. I was watching it because before AEW, all the old talent back in the day, when the Ruthless Aggression came about, and I tried to watch it with my brother, I couldn't get with it. So we was watching TNA. We was like, oh, the old people that we like over there, and then we just stopped watching. And I left, and then I came back into it when Trinity went over there. And I was like, oh, and I've been watching it ever since, even when she's been back over here. So, them turning that one off makes the most sense. But anyways, I digress. So Cody comes out, he's talking. When he comes out, he starts saying stuff and was like, he wanted to say what he wanted to talk about, this, that, and third. Drew comes out. And I'm like, so Drew comes out, I'm like, oh Lord, here go Drew. And I'm like, what is about to happen? Because my thought was, Drew was gonna come out and sneak hit Cody because him and Cody are cool. And he joined up with the Bloodline as well. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. I guess it's not bad with Drew on that situation because Cody was gone or out with his pec situation, and then he was gone before that. He had came back and then he had the pec situation, but he was gone before that. So when the Bloodline started torturing KO and Drew, Cody wasn't around. So outside of him getting tortured, so like he doesn't probably know the full story. You know what I'm saying? So it's different versus him being in it or whatever. So he comes and hugs him and he's like, you're like, wrestling has been bigger than it's ever been with the company and all this other stuff, and you're taking it into the next level. You're like the quarterback. So we like, all right. So he come out and he like, you like the quarterback. He gotta go. And he's like, you about to ruin your career or like put all that down the drain. Like basically with the situation with KO, like basically he telling him you gonna lose. He was like, they calling this man champion at live shows and he not even champion because he got that he got the wing title. I'm that's still have me cracking up. He got the wing title. So I'm like, yeah, he do got a point. So he asked him something. He was like, Do you want to hear the truth? And he's like, yeah, basically like, or whatever. So I think Cody, spit it to him. Basically, he don't need his help. He don't know why he's here, whatever, whatever. Drew leaves out the ring and be like, if I was you, I'd watch your back. As soon as he said that, I knew some stuff was going to go down. As soon as you said that, the crowd, you can hear the crowd. Ooh, here come KO. As soon as KO come out, here come Legend, Hurricane Helms. That's what I call him on Twitter. Here comes Nick. And here comes some other people in the back, some other producers, some future Hall of Famer trainees, whatever. Security. And then he walks off. So I'm like, was this a ploy for KO to, that Drew helped set up for KO to attack Cody? Or would he just so happen to be there and KO just so happened to come out? That's the question I want to know. Okay. So then before that, we get to a Naomi promo about how she's the glow and she sets examples and she's breaking barriers and stuff like that. So I'm like, what is happening? Forgetting the whole time that she got to fight Nia. My thought was they made this promo for her because she's the new tag woman champ. So my thing was, when I saw that, I was like, so when Jade come back, are they going to give her back her championship, or are they going to let Naomi continue to be champion? And then my thought was, let me tell you something about kayfabe. Jade is really good at it, okay? I follow her Instagram. When she first got attacked, I went on her hubby's page. He ain't post anything. He just posted something when she posted that picture of her, like, looked like she's in blood or something. She posted a story. His daughter's page was up. She had, like, her stories, they were at somebody's house. Like, they were all, but she never showed Jade in the stories. So then after that, Jade had untagged both of them. So if you didn't already follow them or didn't know their names, then you couldn't find them because of the one picture like they had up before, like, right, I think it was around Thanksgiving or something like that. No, before Thanksgiving, like October. It was the four of them and they was all tagged. Then I just so happened to go on her page because I was like, this is a dope picture. And I think it was like something like, I'm coming back for blood or something like that. So I'm like, then I look on the click, like, just tap on the picture and the names are back tagged. And I was like, yeah, she's smart with it. She's smart with it. It's definitely kayfabe. She was on vacation with her family. Because I'm like, injury-wise, if she was injured, it wouldn't have been no need to delete everything. And like with Randy, he just don't care. Because I think I was on my explore page on Instagram and somebody was like, ain't his neck and stuff supposed to be injured? And they showed, like, somebody had, like, took a video from his wife's page and they're setting up Christmas lights and stuff outside their yard or whatever. But for the people that enjoy wrestling, regardless of the behind the scenes stuff, like me, and we know it's kayfabe and all that, we don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? As long as when you come to work, you give 110% to your persona. You can be out here playing Tekken like they used to do on Up or Down, which I miss watching. You could be with your family and say that you injured, so that as long as you come back and be like, and even if you want to do a slight kayfabe, like show your family having fun in a video and you don't put yourself in a video, or if you got yourself in a video, only show the part where it's just your family and then that be it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you show them don't mean that you a part of it. It could just be something that you post. So when she said that, I was like, and then I thought, okay, I was like, well, maybe, because my people were Naomi and Charlotte were the two that attacked her. Next two that came to mind was Bianca herself, or Jade did it herself. That's the only people that come to mind. Okay, Jade did it. Bianca did it because she said her song said she on her own. You know what I'm saying? Jade did it because she wanted to go solo. And them the only four people that come to mind. And I know they probably put Bianca with Jade with Bianca because I was like, when she first came, you know, she came from somewhere else, and I'm like, she didn't wrestle as much. So when she got to WWE, she was like, this is her 100th match. And I was like, that's good. And I was like, well, the more you do it, or the more you do anything, the better you become at it. And I was like, you can tell there's a big difference between when she first came and now. Because at first, I was one of the people who's like, I love her down, but she needs to go to NXT, developmental. And people was like, well, she's just a big recruit. She can't go to NXT. And I was like, why not? Why not? There's a lot of stars that go back down to NXT for a couple of weeks. Even stars that are well known worldwide, like Stephanie Valkyria, Juliana, and stuff like that in Japan. They in NXT right now. You know what I'm saying? Shotzi came back. Is she part of the NXT roster? Which low-key fits, because if you would have put her on last year, low-key, outside of Smackdown, the Survivor Series, I was like, she didn't fit to me personally. And I like her, but I'm like, she didn't fit with what was going on. I'd rather her be at NXT. And then she already hosts Halloween Havoc. So I'm like, now that she became part of the Final Testament as like another girl, but most factions now only have one girl and all the men. But if they was to add, like, they was to bring her up here, like, it would be like her be part of Final Testament, her and Scarlett could be a tag team, and they can go up against groups like Gigi and Tatum, or is it Gigi and Tatum, or was it her? Did she help? Is she in that? I can't remember. I ain't watched NXT in 2 weeks. And then, or Isla and Abba, or Pure Fusion, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause havoc on them. So like, or Wendy and that other girl. So, I don't know. Maybe. I was like, but for now, just keep her down there. Sometimes it's just better, you know, when people regress and make a different move elsewhere. Like, the way I feel like the direction of the company is going, some of the people that were on the roster 2 and 3 years ago, I feel like wouldn't fit. Honestly, I feel like with Tegan, like with Xylee, which I love that she got signed to TNA. That was one of my girls I was advocating for. They sent her down there. They didn't expand the storyline enough or something like that, and then she got let go. Okay. But I'm like, Tegan, y'all could have sent her down there and see how that worked and just kept her. But whatever. Yeah, so I was like, maybe Jade, she attacked herself. I was like, and this will be a way for her to branch out on her own. Like, she's been with the best in the company, in my personal opinion. So you can learn. If you don't learn from the best in the company, or one of the best in the company on your field, and you're with them all the time or tagging with them and you don't learn nothing, that's on you, and you did not do your job, okay? You did not do your job. That's like when I was watching YouTube the other day, and I was watching 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, and it was an old interview, I think from like 5-6 months ago, with D-Wade and Melo on there, and he was like, you talk about greatness, and he was like, you don't see greatness until it's up close. And he's talking about how when LeBron got signed to the Heat, how the way he practices made him up his game, made way up his game, with like the determination LeBron had. And I was like, I feel like that with Jade and Bianca. Like, you can't be with the best and not pick up on nothing. You gotta pick up on something, okay? And I feel like she done picked up on enough to be on her own, if she wanted to be. Or if they told her, you want dolo. Okay, I got this. You see what I'm saying? Like, so then, Shinsuke come out. Okay, I will say about the 3-hour show, that it's a better transition than what Raw did when they went from 3 to 2 hours. Cause that 3 to 2 hours, it took about 3 weeks. Okay, cause y'all was trying to pack everything in a 3-hour show in 2 hours, and segments and stuff was overlapping. I was like, what are we doing? The only thing I will say about SmackDown going from 2 to 3 hours is everybody's entrance song was long as hell. Okay, I played the whole song. Normally we don't even get the whole song. And second, it was hella commercials. It was hella commercials. Like, it was more commercials than normal. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even get no picture-in-the-picture matches, I don't think. Okay? Like, what? So, Shinsuke come out. As soon as he come out, commercial. I'm like, we just had a commercial. Because at first I was like, what is... I thought my internet was bad. I was like, what is happening? On my TV screen, nope, commercial. So then Andrade come out. That was a good match, and I forgot about that match. And that was one of the matches I wanted to. That was the only match, matter of fact, that I wanted to see this week. Because I was like, Shinsuke, I've been asking for him to come back since forever. I think since like July. And I'm like, Andrade, I like him. And then when I saw on Instagram during the holiday tour, someone sitting like right behind the announcements table got his full entrance with the person and stuff. That thing is phenomenal. I don't know whose idea it was for the entrance, if it was his and who brought it to life, but y'all need a raise, okay? That's some next level stuff right there. And it could very much be simplistic, but because he's the only one in the company that I know that has an interest like that, I think it's crazy. Okay, they come out and do their thing. I thought Shinsuke was gonna lose when Andrade hit that. With that, I call it the dismount. Well, I forgot what he called it. Some moonsault, something. And then when Shinsuke got Andrade, he hit at the top of the thing, and I thought he was gonna fall head first to the steps, and I was like, Then he come out, and Shinsuke ends up winning the match. But that was a good match too. I forgot about how the match went. And as soon as he went out, LA Knight came out. Or did LA Knight come out before? No, he comes out, I think, towards the end, and he attacks Shinsuke. And then Andrade leaves. And I think Shinsuke takes the mic or something like that and leave. And they showed him up close, and I said, dang. I was like, LA looked big as hell. And I was like, bigger than normal, like he been hitting the gym extra hard. And I was like, was it just me? Am I bugging? I'm like, he was like nice size, but I was like, I don't think he was that big in the past. I don't know. It seemed like when entertainers get weeks off, I don't know. Some people go hard on their craft when their days off. Some people just chill and relax. They might do a couple of things to stay on their craft. And then some people, are in between. Like they'll rest a little bit, they'll visit family, this, that, and the third. Like, you know what I'm saying? So then, I think Michin comes out. Is it Michin? Who comes out first? No. So then Piper comes out with Chelsea. This is what I was gonna say about the whole situation. I feel like if Alicia is not saying Chelsea's name. Mike actually did a good job. I ain't gonna hold you. I think he was at Saudi when he announced. Yeah, he was at Saudi. So Mike, when he announced her, did a good job. So I feel like if it's not Alicia, Mike, or Sam, but she's no longer here. If it's not Alicia or Mike, don't nobody need to say Chelsea Green like that. Like, no shade. Cause I'm like, it didn't sound right. To me when Lillian said it. I don't know. Everybody can't do it. Certain stuff is a skill set, a talent, even like the depiction and tonality of your voice. So, cause I don't know how she said it. She was like Chelsea Green. I was like, but it's a couple. It's other stuff that I was like, ugh. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad that they moved Lillian over to SmackDown versus Raw. Only for a few things. One, I think she was a backstage announcer on SmackDown back in the day. Two, with her there, and then Wade and Joe there, it's some funny moments, but I'm like, it gives very sterile. Like there's no excitement with the announcements. It's very much ESPN lackluster commentary and announcing. Like we need to mix up. Like if we're gonna have Corey and Cole, I'm about to get some money, my hand itching. If we're gonna have Corey and Cole, Lily and Ben over there, okay, even it out. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna have Joe and Wade, Alicia, even it out. If Pat comes back after football season, then you can have. I was gonna say, where's Wade gonna go? Because my thought was. Pat and Cole. I was gonna say Wade. I want to see what Joe and Corey, how Joe and Corey will mesh well together, and then just have Wade do PLEs and backstage commentary and all that stuff like Jackie and how Biggie do for a little bit, but I don't know. So Harper comes out, like she says Chelsea Green. She does that, and then Chelsea comes out, which I love her red boots. And while she coming out, why Corey standing like this, like he doing the Pledge of Allegiance, standing up, and I was like, what is happening? So Cool was like, what is going on? He was like, you basically a suck up. He was like, well, maybe she'll make me a part of her, whatever. And I'm like, why he got his hand stand up like he would a Pledge of Allegiance when she come out? So in the middle of this match to me tonight was the funniest match, only because of the commentary. And between, Cole can't stand Chelsea. And Corey, we want to be on her side so bad. So it's the banter back and forth. And then it's the part when he was like, she's the longest. She was like, she's also the only. Like Cole could be like, she's also the shortest. She's also the oldest champion. And then like, Piper to me pulled the Solo, because when Solo goes, I love you, Solo, and he like does whatever, Piper was like, that's my U.S. champion, Chelsea, and did like this. And I said, not her being like Solo, so she doesn't move. Michin moves out the way. It goes. And I'm like, y'all play too much. Y'all play all day. So she does this. And then she starts working. So I was already laughing. And I think Cole was like, yes, yes, she's twerking. He's twerking. And Cole was like, what she said? She called that, what he said? She called that the long back stroke. I was like, what? The long back. I forgot. You said the long back. What was it? long back twerk or something like that. I lost it. I was like, what is happening on SmackDown right now? What is happening? So after all of that, I think Chelsea ends up distracting the refs or something like that. And Michin. No, I take it back. Michin ends up winning that match. I think. And which is surprising. Only because when Chelsea's out, this is how you know Chelsea don't really help Piper like that. Because when Piper is fighting, Chelsea interferes a little bit, but not enough for Piper to win. When Chelsea is fighting, Piper does everything in her power as long as the ref doesn't see to make sure that Chelsea wins. And I was like, the friendship is kind of one-sided. But I'm like, shoot. Because I'm like, this is, I think, the second time Michin has won against Piper. And he was like, Piper's never been not Piper. Michin has never been a singles champion. I was like, she should have been a U.S. champion, but we're going to digress. To me, she should have been a women's North American champion, but, you know. And she was, I think Cole said, you know how she could be, we should have Michin versus Chelsea. He's like in a dumpster match. And I was like, oh snap, run it back. Okay. So then, Paul Heyman comes out. And Paul Heyman talks them. When I say he goes on the new Bloodline, he goes on them. Like, he comes out. He talks about the part that's going to happen on Monday between Roman and Solo. He basically was like, Tama, don't nobody want him over here. Jacob, basically, something about a correctional facility. He was like, Solo took the Olafala out the bag. He wasn't even grace with it. He tried to then he took out Jimmy. Then he took out me. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I forgot this man is the best on the mic ever. Okay. So he said, I'm like, oh, he going for the gutter. Like, he is not, you know, he not wanted over here. And the other one, something about jail. I'm like, wow. That's all I could say was like, then I had to remember who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? The best on the mic, and all off the top of his head, the man that ran ECW. You know what I'm saying? They was ratchet. Out of WWE, they was the ratchet brand. We ain't gonna hold you. If you loved all up in your face type wrestling where you know somebody was gonna leave in stitches or bleeding, it was gonna be a lot of cussing on it. So ECW was for you. You hear me? It was chaos in a room. Okay? And so for him to think of quips like that on the spot, he's had years to practice this. Like, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not something that he was like, how some people have to like practice in the mirror, or they have to run it by somebody. But he just be like, I'm gonna go out here and say what I'm gonna say. If it don't come across right, it just don't come across right. See, that's me. And maybe it's Paul too, because he a Virgo. For the people that believe in signs, it's a Virgo thing. But I don't know. Because I'm like, because he said, and then Solo hit him with this. So I was like, not you hitting him with the Roman jump. So Solo come out. Before he do that, you know that's my song, so I'm over here dancing. First thing I'm like, okay, Solo looked like he lost some weight, 1. 2, I said them genes of their family is so strong. When he first came into the main roster, at first, like, when he came to NXT, I had to get used to the blonde, because before that, his hair was not blonde. It was he ain't color it at all. He had the braids, he cut them off, then he had the mohawk, but that was still his natural hair color. So that's why I had to get used to that. Excuse me. Then, the first guy, I was like, he looked like his father. Like, to me, Jimmy looked like his daddy. And then I saw Solo, I said, oh, he really looked like his daddy. So then I was like, then over time, I was like, him and Jimmy look like they could be twins more than Jimmy and Jay. Because to me, after I got to know, when I binge watched Total Divas, right? And then my son and I watched Up, Up, Down, Down, they're playing second. Before a lot of the world could tell them apart, to me they didn't look right, because I could tell them apart. And then felt like, to me, Solo looked like him and Jimmy look like they could be twins. Now, faces and stuff, I'm like, him and Jay look alike. Now. So he went like this. What's the name? They was like, he did it for his own safety. So Paul gave him the thing. Paul was like, when you came out here, I was about to piss my pants, because last time I went through a table, I didn't know what was going to happen. I was like, first of all, you ain't got to say that, okay? Second of all, if that's how you felt before you came out here, knowing 9 times out of 10 somebody from the new bloodline was going to be out here, like, you should have said, you should have either went to the bathroom, okay, or wear one of the men's disposable drawers that they be having in the store. What is it? The underwear. Don't tell nobody. Just don't tell nobody. So, him and Solo said what he said. He was like, acknowledge him, you know, the people cry. And that's another thing, like Arizona. So I know somebody that was at the Phoenix show. Y'all crowd ain't it, okay? Y'all had pops every once in a while. But for the most part, I'm like, is it my TV, or is it the crowd not doing nothing? Cause like when Cody came out, I don't think the crowd really got hype. I think they got a little hype for Paul, but rarely. Motor City Machine Gun DIY, it was dead silence. The only time they really got a little hype was like the Naomi jump. I will say the Andrade in the match. LA Knight, it was Naomi and Nia, they loved that. And then of course, when Jade came out. But I'm like, oh, speaking of coming out, when Solo came out, the dude in the front, that was when he was like, I take it, dog. He was in the, I said, that's me. But I'm on my couch. I was like, that's me. I was like, every time that song come on, I was like, that is me all day, okay? So he come out, he was basically saying, talk about Monday, and he was like, you basically a person of good morals and stuff like that. He was like, so if Roman becomes tribal chief, you'll put the Olafalo on him and you'll be his wise man. And Paul was like, yeah. And he was like, if I win, he was like, if he wins, I'll acknowledge him as my tribal chief. He was like, but if you win, if I win, he was like, y'all gotta acknowledge me. And then he upped the stake and said, and you gotta be my wise man. I said, ooh. And I was like, but Solo, the catch is though, you having him as your wise man, you gotta be able to take counsel, okay? Because he tried to be your wise man earlier last year. You really ain't listening to nothing he said. You ain't even consider anything he said. You can't have this man as your wise man and still be off the rails with it. Like, you gotta do something, okay? Like, you gotta tone it in, or be like, we need to gutter Paul from ECW Paul. Like, that's the wise man I need. You gonna be over here with me. Like, you need to do something, okay? Like, something like that. So then DIY comes out. Wait. Oh, so then a part of it, they was showing, they showed Motor City Machine Guns through the video package again with Johnny, but then they showed Pretty Deadly, and they showed them talking. They found Apollo, and they called him a stooge and all this other stuff. So then, when he said what he said, he was like, no, he was like, y'all mad because of whatever, whatever. So then, when he said what he said, Santos and them came out, Legado de Fantasma. And Los Garzos was like, he was like, if you gonna lie on us, he was like, well, should I call you pretty? He was like, well, pretty little liars. I said, ooh. And he was like, y'all basically lying. And it was like, what? So Nick comes out and was like, I had something to say. Basically, DIY, I think, came out for a little bit. Like, he was like, I don't know what the four of y'all had conjured up. He was like, but basically, it's not gonna work. So he was like, you won't believe us over the stooge Apollo? And he was like, I believe it. He was like, because my eyes is connected to my brain. I was like, okay, tell me you could think for yourself. So I was like, they conjured it up so they could get this match together. I said, that's what they conjured up. So he's like, and I was like, I'm glad to see Apollo on TV more. And then they had a segment in the back with Cody. Let me tell you something. I like Cody's little windbreaker jump. And I like it because it's nostalgic for me. I remember back in the day when they had the NBA windbreaker jumps and everybody wanted one, especially back in the day when Michael was playing. Everybody wanted the Bulls jump, but the best looking one was the Hornets jump. Okay? Don't fake and act like you ain't won the Hornets jump. And half of it wasn't in your Hornets fans. Okay? And then with the jump with the pocket, the jump that go up like this with the pocket with the, everybody wanted one. And that's exactly what Cody's thing is kind of reminding me of, stuff, but he got a whole zip jacket. It ain't the same, but it's like, that's what it's giving. So, I like it. Yeah, so that happened. And then, Motor City Machine Guns that came out. DIY that came out. It's a pretty good match too. I think Corey kept talking about how he kept telling people how Johnny wasn't no good, people wouldn't want to listen to him. And he was like, it's people like him, he's the reason, and people like him are the reason why certain like local Cleveland wrestlers don't make it to WWE. And Cole signed it, which I was surprised because he was like, yeah, he did this NXT to such and such, and he was like, he's only out for himself. He's like, Ciampa better watch his back. He's like, because he done this to NXT that he named a couple people, and I was like, dang, I didn't know Johnny was grimy like that. But he was like, he's only out for himself. I was like, huh. I'm like, that explains a lot with him and Candice, especially their personas on here. So the match is going pretty well, and both of Motor City Machine Guns is coming out, Sable and Shelly, and then Shelly had like fell off and hit his knee, and I was like, then he got back in the ring, and I said, I know you gotta finish this match, okay? I said, but I said, adrenaline must have kicked in, cause the way my knee is set up right now, I gotta get it drained on from Wednesday, cause I gotta cyst that burst. It hurts like hell. The way my knee's set up right now, I said, the way he took that bump and would have got here, I'd have been like, it's time. The match is over with for me. Okay, you can get somebody else to do it, cause it's over. So they come out, they wrestling. Pretty Deadly come out ringside. I didn't even see them. So when they come out, Los Garzos comes out behind them. And I was like, this is so great. Okay, I don't know where my people, the Street Profits, were. I don't know, but I'm glad they won last Friday. But I don't know where they were, but I'm good. I'm happy to see Pretty Deadly on TV. And last week I was happy to see A Town Down Under on TV and Street Profits. Like, I'm here for the factions and the tag teams. So that's what I love to see. And for the girls. Okay? For the girls. Like, the guys are great. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get praise regardless. Because guys most of the time get more TV time anyway. But with the shift and stuff changing, like, I'm advocate for the women wrestlers, referees, announcers, all that. But, like, I've always been a tag team girly. Okay? Always been a faction girly. Okay? Like, the TLC matches, like I mentioned prior in all my videos, Rocket Sock, Destruction Brothers, DX, like all of that, NWO, like faction tag team girly here. Like, I like solo acts too. Certain people moves, I'd be like, dang, like the Walls of Jericho, I'd be like, how did he do that when I was little? Or the five-star Frog Splash with and her Karana, her Elms, and Mick Foley, just Mick Foley. To me, he's the GOAT. He's my GOAT, but of the Attitude Era. So it's a lot of GOATs in Attitude Era, but like the ultimate for me is him, because he crazy as hell. Like, it's no one else that did what he did. Okay? Except for when I seen Triple H take a sledgehammer to somebody. That was crazy as hell. Or was it Stone Cold that flipped somebody over in that forklift at the PLE? I saw that live. But like Mick Foley and gets caught on fire and jumping off cages and get hit with spikes, like, that man was out of his mind. Okay? I know his family ate well. And if they get residual checks, he's still getting paid. Okay? But yeah, so they come out, the thing is over with, DIY gets to keep their title. It was the guys talking trash for me, and then DIY leaning over the announcement table, listening to them and pointing at them talking trash. And I was like, I think so, Road Dogg had tweeted, was like, this is awesome. And I was like, right. And I was like, I love tag team factions, so I completely agree. Like, I'm here for it. That's why I was like, when I saw the card for the holiday show on Orlando and they had that fatal 4-way tag match, I was like, why isn't this not on Smackdown? Like, I'd have got my whole life seeing that on TV. But anyways, so then they show Candice and Nia in the background. And I was like, oh, they cute, because Candice's hair is purple and Nia got on the purple and black gear or whatever. And, you know, Nia does Nia. So her hair always looks good. Makeup always on point. So, you know. So she comes out. Candice was like, so I think they had mentioned Tiffany. And she was like, well, she's a distraction. Remember, she did something I forgot she said. And she was like, and Nia told Candice, I just need you to take care of Bianca, because I know she's going to be out there. And Candice was like, bet. And she was like, and then maybe we can go after the tag team titles after that. And she's like, okay. And they start getting ready. So then Naomi comes out. This is the only time, another time the crowd gets pumped, because they'll do the fist pump for a little bit. And then Bianca came out with her. And then Nia comes out. So to me, this was the best match of the night. Okay. Between, first of all, part of the match was the part, okay, so Nia comes out, they do their thing. Naomi had reversed a couple of Nia's moves. She done this sunset flip on her. She did a split-legged moonsault. She done like slam her up against the ropes and stuff like that. A reverse DDT. Nia still counted out. Nia did like a leg drop on her. She did a I think can't remember if she did a Samoan drop on her. But she's done a good amount of moves on her, and Naomi kicked out, and then there's people like, this is up, and I was like, ooh, cause that leg drop, I thought Nia had Naomi on the leg drop. I ain't gonna hold you, and I was like, oh, that did it. So then Naomi had Nia in a submission hold, and then here come Candice trying to distract the ref. So while she distracted the ref, Bianca come around. I'm like, yes, girl, get her, okay. She come around, and then Nia kicks out. So that's when she goes back up. So then we hear, because I was like, where is Tiffany at this whole time? Tiffany comes out with the briefcase with the ref. I'm cashing in. So Tiffany goes up like she's cashing in, hits the ref. The ref goes over the barricade, and then goes and takes her thing, and looks like she's about to hit, but she hits Naomi with it. And Nia ends up winning the thing. So when Nia ends up, after that, they all go in the ring. Nia tries to attack Naomi. I think Naomi slides out. Tiffany hits her with the briefcase. And I said, oh. And the only reason I was like, oh, she about to be team Bianca and Naomi. And the only reason why I said that is because on Trinity's Instagram page, she had put like one of her holiday gear. She's like, it's cute, ain't it? And I think Tiff was like, it is. And I was like, what's about to happen? So I think Bianca ends up, I think, about the KOD Nia, and she does it, and then I think she's about to do something else, and Nia, she ends up getting out of the ring, and Tiffany ends up hitting her, and she goes overboard. But before that, I was like, I need another matchup with Candice and Bianca ASAP. Okay, I've been waiting for that since King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring. So they do that, and she hits Nia, and then she hits, I don't know where Candice and Naomi are, and then she hits Bianca with it, and then she really cashes in, does her prettiest moonsault, and wins. And I said, yes. And I said, I said, girl, I ain't even mad at you for that, okay? Because I'm like, it's been a year since you've been on this roster, okay? Because I felt like when she first came, they kept having her win match, back to back. I'm like, y'all trying to make her a champion too soon. She just got here. Like, I feel like you need to be here 4 to 6 months when you coming from the lower roster before you can get any type of title, okay? Motor City Machine Guns was different. Like, I don't know. I guess they promised them something just like the whole thing with Jade. But I'm like, because Jade was here about 3 months. Jade was here 3 months. Because she came out Royal Rumble. And then she won her title. They won the titles right after WrestleMania. So, yeah, it was about 4 months. So I'm like, because when they kept putting her and winning, I was like, oh. Then they had her in the Royal Rumble, and I was like, if she won this Royal Rumble, I'm going to be pissed. So, then, I'm at the Elimination Chamber, I'm pissed. So then after that, like, maybe May came, I said, okay, now she won the title, I'm good. So I'm like, y'all can't keep forcing people on us. Like, let it gradually happen. I feel like that was forced. I felt like, just like I felt like the Braun Breaker package was forced. Some people love squash matches. To me, I feel like depending on who the person is, it's unnecessary. If we're bringing up a major star, I feel like from NXT up to the roster, or someone that's done phenomenal job in NXT, there's no need for squash matches. Like, they didn't have him for Carmelo. So I was like, why do we need it for Braun? People will see that. We ain't have him for Dragon on. Okay? Like, we don't need. It was unnecessary to me. So now she crashed in. I was like, girl, I ain't mad at her. I was like, she gonna have Target on her back though with Nia and them. And that's and then now with Bianca. And people are excited because they was like, yeah, her and Charlotte. And I was like, yeah, because to me, Charlotte still got the best movesaw in the game, even though Tiffany calls her the prettiest. And I was like, to be honest, I'm not mad. I wouldn't be mad if Charlotte and Rhea ran it back, because that WrestleMania 39 was everything. Okay. So then after that, before that. So before that, Sami, I think, is walking. He sees Carmelo, and then he was saying something like, Carmelo had said something like, the only reason why our match ain't finished because Braun helped you win, or something like that. And he was like, I think Sami was like, you had left before Braun even came out there. And he was like, well, next time I decide to run it back or something like that, I'm gonna beat you. So Jimmy is so unserious because he goes, do we have a problem? And I'm like, nah. He was like, I got this, da da da. And Sammy's not saying anything. So he turns around and was like, we got a problem? And he looks off. And he's like this, kind of like the Heat, but like this. And then they walk off. And I'm like, laughing. And then Sammy's like, they gotta get focused, it's then third. So he leaves and is like, he's gonna get dressed. He comes up. They walk past him and Jimmy. KO bumps Jay. And Jay looks at him. And he goes, something like, say excuse me, Uso, something like that. And KO goes, you need to watch your back. And then he walks off. And Jay's like, everybody else got a problem with me. And I was like, yeah, KO might have watched over the past year and a half how you've changed. And of course you're gonna go back as your family. But he was like, it could be watch your back with Drew. But that wasn't even my first thought. My first thought was watch his back, when he said watch his back with Sami. Because we still don't know the conversation him and Solo had. This could be he could turn on him. And this could be a long, drawn out thing where he gets them to trust him again and then ends up being on Solo's side. Just like with random, just like with this Monday thing with Liv and Rhea, I feel like Becky's coming back. Also, I've been saying for the past couple months, I was like, and this is just the summertime, I think. I said if Tiffany does not cash in by Survivor Series, she's gonna cash in by Royal Rumble. And I was right. I was right. Cause I'm like, you get to hold it up until the next Money in the Bank. But I'm like, if it's me and I could keep the title all the way up through Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber, I'm definitely going to WrestleMania. I'm gonna definitely be in a WrestleMania match. So if she keeps the title, she'll be in a WrestleMania match, her first one. And why wait till after WrestleMania to cash in for me to be somewhere like at Backlash? Like, why am I not doing that? Not unless I want to go and go to SummerSlam instead. But who's not to say I might not be good enough to do both? So I'm like, I'd have cashed it in too. Okay? Because I'm like, at this point, if you look at it logically, who else is Nia going to fight? She done fought Bailey a bunch of times. She done fought Michin a couple times. She done fought Naomi a couple times. And I think those are the only like women that were on a singles. She haven't fought a singles match. We haven't got her to fight Blair Davenport. Like, that probably would have been a real good match. Candice ended up being on her side, so now unless it was like a friendly type of situation, who else would she fight? So it was time for her to get that up. Like, Tiffany, since she got there, has had issues with Bianca. Like, when she first smacked Michin, it was Michin was in that crowd, Naomi, Bianca shots. I was like, now you got, on top of that, You done had a problem with Bailey, and now you got a problem with Candice because you done cashed in on Nia, and Nia's probably fuming. And then wasn't they gonna say? So Cole was like, "You don't think Candice is getting close to Nia for her benefit?" I'm gonna say no. I said, "Hold up, Slim." I was like, first of all, they married, okay? When you married, you have commonalities, okay? I'm like, she was already a heel before Johnny turned heel. So, if he's doing stuff for his personal gain, I guarantee 9 times out of 10, Candice is doing stuff for hers. Like, that's all I gotta say, okay? So then it ended up being the bloodline. And taking it, so it ends up being the old bloodline, the new bloodline. Jacob does his speech and says all this stuff, and I love you solo, and all this other stuff. And against the new bloodline. So we already know we already know Sami and Jay have come out to Jay's music. Or like Sami was left there and his son was left there, and Jay will come out from down the stairs. That's another reason why I think them tickets is so freaking high now. And my son and I get those tickets because he don't like being in the middle, because he goes to the bathroom probably once at least during the show, even though we go before the show. So he comes out, he brings out all of them come out to his song, which I was surprised by. I wonder if Jimmy gonna get a new song. Because it was talking about how he the king and he like basically forget family and all sorts of stuff, but now he back with the family. So they come out, all of them get hyped, and I was like, Jimmy is loving this. And I was like, I can't wait for when they make him a solo star and he gets the pop like this. Like when he gets his pop like this, I can't. I feel like, I don't know which way he wants to play it. Like, does he want to play it kind of similar to his brother's career, where he does his own thing and build up the momentum and stuff like that, and then get the crowd going with a good song and stuff like that? Or does he want to play like into his comedic side, kind of like R-Truth, where the people love him, and then they say like people don't know the words, all the words to I'm gonna say Car's real name wrong, a Truth's song, but they say what's up real loud, okay? And every time he on TV, you can hear the laughing before he even say anything. Like either way, I feel like it's gonna be, when it happens, it's gonna be good, okay? They come out, so as soon as they come out, and that's how I was like, they played it just long, because he done did the wave, everybody wave. Then he was bouncing up against the like ropes and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is longer than normal. And they was like, Cole and them ain't even want to eat because they scared of Jacob. And I forgot that Tonga was out. So I was gonna say, where's his brother at? And you know what's so crazy is because of my algorithm on my YouTube, so it's weird because I got basketball stuff, I got Dish Nation, I got like Watch Mojo, React videos, WWE, TNA, The Flash, and Arrow. It's houses. Like I like watching different people live different. Like I've got to, Tudor homes. I call them Hansel and Gretel homes. Tudor homes. People that living in vans, like van life. Tree houses. People that live those. People live in tiny houses. Like people that live unconventionally. Like I'm into that. So like they were showing the old TNA thing from 2011. And I was like, this is crazy. Wrong topic. It had Drew in the ring, and it was Tonga Loa. I don't know what his name was on TNA, and it was part of some like squad situation, and it was him, Drew in the ring, and LA Knight and Eli Drake in the ring. And I forgot who the hell the fourth person was, and I was like, that is hilarious, because I'm like, I think all of them were there tonight, almost all of them. And I was like, and they used to be a faction at one point. Like, I stopped watching it. So, that's when I was watching. They came back watch WWE real heavy, because that's before Edge had to retire. But I was like, that is crazy to watch. That came across my thing, and I was like, wow. And Drew looks so young. He had no facial hair. LA looked the same. Tonga looks the same. I forgot who the fourth person was. But that was a crazy thing to see, because I was like, it's crazy. I guess if you're a fan of somebody or a fan of a company, you know, like, all these people that were watching. But then certain people like me who was in and out, you be like, I don't remember. Or if you watched it and then you just don't remember, because a lot of stuff happens in a day. And then if you got kids, you be lucky if you remember to eat, if you ate, okay? But as soon as they came out, the OG Bloodline had jumped over the ropes at the new one, Bloodline. Solo was like, nope, no. They cut to commercial. Then they came back. I think it was Jimmy and Jacob in the ring. And then they had a double scene that man. Let me tell you something. They was doing all this stuff to the man throughout the match. Okay? They backed it up on him 3 times. They done splashed on him, all this stuff. He still kicked out. And I was like, it's gonna take all of y'all to get him to kick out. So then at the end of the, like, Jimmy then came out. I think I can't remember if Sami Solo blew Thunderbombed him or Solo. But he blew Thunderbombed somebody. Drew came out walking out with no shirt on. Jay saw him, got sidetracked, ended up jumping out over the rope to see him, attack him, and then what happened? Oh, and like the tags was crazy, because it was like, Jay, okay, now tag Sami. You know, like, Sami went there and did like one move. Okay, now Jimmy's the legal man. I was like, what is happening? So then Jacob, Jay was fighting Jacob, thinking that he was the legal person. Solo had got tagged, so he done hit him with the and all that. Jacob, let me tell you how fast this man is. I forgot what move he hit Jay with a Samoan drop, deadliest in WWE. Then as soon as he hit him with a drop, when I tell you, he popped up quick and did the moonsault, and I said it's not that he too big to be doing that, because he done lost the weight. I said it's the fact that he's quick with it. And I said I was like, he's just on the floor on the mat. Like, when did he get up and do that moonsault? Did the moonsault. Solo came in and did the Samoan spike, and then they ended up winning. And I was like, that's crazy. I think they might be even as far as matches go. But then Smackdown had went off, and I was like, Monday's gonna be very interesting. Y'all see my eyes getting real low, because I'm fighting sleep so bad. I'm tired as hell. I need to go to sleep. It's 12:30. My son has basketball in the morning. Yeah, so other than like the transition in the middle before like the tag matches was weird, because I guess they didn't know what to do with 3 hours. Like, the first part kind of drug and with the songs and stuff. But overall, it was good. It was a good first SmackDown. It's a good one. So I can't wait to see what Raw's gonna do. I need to open my Netflix subscription, because I got overwhelmed and turned it off, because I'm like, I had to catch up with my Hulu shows. Then I caught up with all of those, and I binge watched. That's why I binge watched Total Divas, Ms. and Mrs. I got the second half of season 2, and then like Total Bellas, I think I got to season 4. I think they got 6 seasons. And then I binge watched Bianca, loving WWE with Montez and Bianca. There was some other shows like How I Met Your Father, which was a good show. It got canceled though. Younger, I don't know. And then I canceled that. Now, Paramount Plus because of my Walmart Plus. Get free Parallel Plus, and then HBO Max if you have Cricket. So someone I know has that. Use theirs. And I have Peacock because of WWE. And then my sister likes watching Housewives on my account. And I watch them if I catch up with it. Oh, Lopez and Lopez. I need to see if that's on TV. So I done caught up and binge watched it. And I thought the show was over with, not knowing that they still were filming and making new episodes. So, but I can't wait for Monday. See what's going to happen, especially since we're going back to 3 hours. I'm glad that SmackDown is 3 hours, only because with the immense amount of talent that they have, you can't showcase everybody in 2 hours. And I'm glad that people, especially when I said if they add a women's title, you definitely gonna have to have a 3rd hour, because now you got five titles in one brand, right? I don't even know if and then Natalya, from what I saw somebody on Twitter, Natalya and Candice had a speed title match before that. As a dark match, it was a speed match, so we don't know. But you got the women and men's U.S. title, you got the women's title, the men's title, and then I'm gonna count the tag team title because Bianca and them over there, and you might as well. If they make NXT 3 hours, they need to bring back the NXT women's title, tag title, especially with all the women talent there. Like, to get rid of that title is crazy. Like, I could see if you got rid of the Raw one and the one here for the women. Or is it always just one? You should just I feel like it should have just been kept like it is. If it was just one tag team title for both brands, Raw and SmackDown, and then they had one for NXT, they should have just kept it like it was, because there's a lot of women down there. But I'm about to go to sleep because I'm exhausted. So I hope everyone has a great night, okay? And that you stay warm and that you sleep well, okay? And you stay healthy, because there's a lot of sickness going around. Love you all, bye.